And we'll be streaming in a moment. I just need to get my bearings a bit more. So, I want to see if I can use this sort of music. Oh yeah. Okay. Give me a second. Oh my goodness. I need the coffee, baby. Actually. Okay, so this is just a regular one. Alright, let's start with this one. Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Paolo Jasa. I am the, what am I? I am the young adult librarian of the Govins branch of the Pratt Library in Baltimore, Maryland. We're going to continue our, what's called manga drawing lessons today. And just to let you know, this program is called Manga Drawing Lessons Online. Learn how to draw anime and manga characters step by step in bi-weekly online sessions. Build up a sketchbook of drawings to become a real artist. Supplies and resources for the program will be available at the Govins branch and online at that URL, which I realize now as I was dictating it to someone over the phone is very long. That's on me. I need to figure out a shorter one. That's on me. No prior drawing experience needed. This is a sister program to Manga Drawing Lessons IRL. Join us in our twice monthly in-house programs every other Tuesday. So, just as I clarified to a parent over the phone, there's an online version of this that happens every other week, and on the weeks that it's not happening, there's an IRL version. Last week, we had a kind of an in-depth session on how to draw eyes and how to space them properly, because if you look at your eyes carefully, it's kind of hard because it's just shiny. If you look at your eyes carefully, you'll notice that there's like one eye's worth of difference between the next one and the other, and that perspective shift. It's all pretty interesting because the way the human body is shaped is just like there are little shortcuts which you can kind of tell, and you can use that in your art, and not just in anime art, just in actual art. Not that anime art isn't actual art, but I gotta stick with the brand here because it sells. Anywho, as I mentioned, the Manga Drawing weekly lessons are going to be in this folder. We haven't updated in a while because mostly we're drawing out of using reference from we're drawing new poses using a reference from like just places online, specifically Tsuyu, and for her costumes. But the pose is a little different. It's basically this pose, but it's like straight at you, which to a certain extent kinda is a little tricky. Anyway, we're gonna transition over, and I'm going to put this this image on this. There we go. Put this image and this image. Excuse me, in the same window. You can't see it because you're on CSP right now. I'm a huge fan of Junko Osashi. Junko Osashi? No, this is Stay With Me, which is Mitsuki Mitsubara, I think. It's Mitsuki Matsubara? I'm not getting her name right, or I think I am, but I can't remember. I just love this song and all its versions of it. It's a fun remix of it that's a little, like, higher in tempo. It's really fun to listen to. Also, the, Stay With Me, I am looking for Okay. So, we actually finished, actually, hold on, where is the window? There you are. You can't see it from here, but essentially there's a sub-view window, which I can use to easily pick colors out from. And what's great about this is I can also just have like two references at the same time in the same window. It's pretty neat. It's not possible to see. No, it's not possible to see on OBS because it's focused on Clip Studio Paint first and not the other thing. Anywho. Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's focus. So, this is just practice. We just use that to make sure that our tablet pencil is in sync with like the computer. There's not too much lag, even though there kinda is. That's not something I can fix. Anyway. So, what we did before was essentially flatten out, actually no. Oop. So essentially what we did was we sketched out and really sketched out this pose of Tsuyu facing forward. It was fun enough. And then we added, what's it called? We added some line art on top of that. Very clean, very crisp, just the way I like it. It doesn't have to be clean and crisp. In fact, having textured line art kind of has its own, it's nice. It can be nice if you like it that way. It can also have its own flaws, much in the same way as very clean line art can do as well. But I wanted it to be like almost like very clean, like almost comic book clean. And then we flattened it out by just adding this gray, because I'm going to try to do a different type of coloring type thing. So in actual fact, I'm kind of going to do the shading first, and then essentially layer the color on top of it, if that makes sense. It's gonna make sense, don't worry. getting ads on my own computer. I don't care about I don't care about Cyber Monday. I'm sorry. What do you mean you need an update? What? Oh, Jeebus. Okay. But I just want to shade today. I genuinely just want to shave today, so please forgive me if, what's it called? If things aren't there. Okay. That. Okay. Moving things around. Okay. Oh, good heavens. Okay. So, the way that we shaded this before is we went on the shading layer, which is essentially just a multiply layer on top of the gray. What we need to do actually is eyedropper this gray so we know what gray we're using and go back to the pen that we were using, which was, if I recall, just a regular G pen. And because the multiply layer is clipped on the regular other layer, we can do this. Something's wrong. There we go. Bingo. Okay. And then this must mean we can do this. Perfect. Okay. So here's an important bit for Clip Studio Paint. Whenever you do an eyedropper thing, there are two different modes. Pick up color from the layer means, despite this layer being a color like this, it's actually much lighter because this is a multiply layer as opposed to a regular layer. Again, this is all strictly digital art, and this may be kind of high level if you're just starting out. But essentially, it's to be very careful of the colors that you pick, because even though it looks like the color when you pick it, when you put it on like a different layer that's like on a different setting, it's not going to be that. And let me show you by showing you the normal layer is actually what's it called? The same color as this, which is not as which is not what it is. Or rather, it is, but it's like, you know what I mean. Anywho, we're going to continue shading with an eye to this little layer that shows us that the sun is coming in from this side, which means I'm going to have to think kind of carefully about where things go in terms of shading and shadow. Let's get started. Let's go back to our pen. Pen setting, and this is all I need. Let's make all of the side stuff go away and just focus on the shading. Let's make that smaller. I'm having a little trouble on exactly where the light should be because part of me wants it to just be behind her, and it kind of is. But I kind of want it to be like directly on the side, so the shadows are going to be a little tricky. Not as tricky as like in some of these little corner things here, but genuinely like sometimes like you're going to have to make a call in terms of like, oh, this is where the shadow is going to be. So this is just me mentally going through as well, if this looks right on the bigger piece. In fact, I would be able to do that, but I have to turn this on and have the navigator piece on the screen. This screen and this screen. So dealer's choice, really. Failing that, it's always good to like every like body part or so that you shade to just look at the bigger picture a little bit, just to make sure that A, is this a detail that I care about? And B, like, is this a detail that's going to be lost because it's so intricate right in there? And you're like, oh, I guess not, and then just don't worry about it. Remember, finish is better than perfect. I'm still learning that lesson, and it is difficult. Very difficult. This is looking good so far. Let's continue. It's supposed to be an empty space. Oh, please. So, notice the slight shadows. It's slight. Or slight than that. Notice the slight shadows I've put on the essentially piping on Suyu's outfit. I just want to kind of hint that there is indeed, like, not thickness, but rather, not thickness. What's the word I'm thinking of? What's the word I'm thinking of? Heft, maybe? Not heft, like, weight, there it is. Putting slightly more subtle shadows here kind of indicates weight on, what's it called, on objects that would otherwise seem flat or directly flat on the surface. And it's a little bit more difficult, but it kind of helps. It just shows, like, add a sense of not necessarily the realism, but believability in the weight, literal or figurative, of whatever your characters are wearing. That's always fun. Yeah, that's always fun. I should work on the face, actually. What do I think about it? So let's look back a little bit on where the light would be on this piece. The shadows are doing well in here on this side. If I want to, on this side rather, if I want to imply that the sun is hitting on this side but a little more front, or rather a little bit behind her, it would be more shadow, but if it's more front, then it would be less shadow. And I kind of want to add more shadow, so we're going to tilt the sun. Still coming in from her right, but also a little bit behind, if that makes sense. Let's try that. Oops. Okay. Let's see. If I should just do a little bit on the face as well. the slightest bit of shadow here and there. Okay, now let's do this hand. I know I forgot something. There you go, Puffy. Okay. Let's save this. It looks good, and also I'm about 10 minutes away from having to cut the stream anyway. So, what have we learned so far? Well, that shading in and of itself is as complex a process as putting in colors, because to a certain extent it kind of is. But the way that I think about colors tends to get cloudy as soon as I add the idea of shading in. So I thought, just do shading first, because that way you have a better idea of how light plays on the surfaces that you've drawn, on the figure that you've drawn, a little better, a little easier without having to think about color. Because the way that the layers work, I think we'll just put a light shadow on this. I'm not going to try anything fancy. The way that the multiplier layer works is I can just take this layer. Let's add the let's say we wanted to put in not a black per se, even though her hair is black, but what's it called? Let's say this color, just kind of. instantly kind of have a layering effect on it, which is pretty nice. Oop. Like this book is actually this color. Sorry. What's it called? Multiplier layer makes it immediately dynamic, which is really cool. Without that much effort. Do this by hand, unfortunately.
Dance tonight.
One more. Right. This would be so much easier if I had a literal button to ink. What's it called? Choose my colors, color pick my colors from. But I don't, at least not on this one. I would have it on my regular drawing graphics tablet at home, but I don't. Which is frustrating, but what can you do? And with the multiply layer on, there we go. That. Oh, hold on. Still got just bits of color left inside the thing. 1 second. Um, um, that's it, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna call that done. Yeah, I'm gonna call that done. All right. So it looks like it worked marbles, really. Um, at least for me, who gets really caught up trying to get the colors of things right, shading first, quote unquote, really helps. Like, really helps. Um, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I I completely missed someone in chat, and yes, this is My Hero Academia. This is actually a I just saw chat. I do apologize. This is a actually a redrawing of my Inktober piece from 2016, way long ago. And I thought, hey, I should update this because I'm in a bit of My Hero Academia kick. But yeah, it's done. It only took goodness 6 hours. To be fair, it's 6 hours over several months, as I'm also trying to, um, quote unquote, teach this through this microphone. In fact, hold on, did my music stop? Oh, how dare you! It stopped. Okay. Um. Okay. Okay. We're gonna call it that because it really is has been an hour already. Transition. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and call it that. Maybe I'll add a little bit more detail, but I'm actually really happy with this already. Um, Heck, I'll probably post it later, but for now, this has been manga drawing lessons online here at the Govins branch of the Knapcraft Library of Baltimore, Maryland. Thanks for coming, and I will hope to see you next week upstairs, where we're going to bust out a whole bunch of art supplies on the floor and just continue doing art, except without the digital tools, of course, just the regular old art supplies, which is just as good, but not as expensive, quite frankly. Yes, all this is very expensive. Man, I should have gotten work pay for this, but here I am in my ninja clan. All right. Thanks, everyone.